Hey guys, aka88 on cars. Okay, so let's go and check out some more progress with the VX220. It's going to be a slightly shorter video this time, mainly because many things are in many different places, but the cool things I've got to show you is we've got a new fire gas suppression system, a new lithium battery, and we're also starting to balance up the engine in lieu of getting the block back. So this should be a good video, let's check it out. Okay, so before we head out, let me just tell you a little bit more about where we are at the moment. As said, we're kind of between places, so I'm actually filming this video a little bit in the future, so I've already been, but in reality we are effectively starting to build the engine back up. So one of the things you might remember that we had done recently is we wedged the block for greater thermal efficiency, but whilst doing so that slightly distorts the bores, so we've had to have the bores re-honed and bored out just a little bit again. So the standard pistons are at 86mm, we're now up to an 87mm piston. So I'm happy to report that we've got an entire 50cc mopeds of extra displacement out of the car. If that's not the key sign of performance, I'm not sure what is. So anyway, we're going to go and see some stuff. I'm going to do mainly voiceovers in this bit because the shop was noisy and there was yet more radios on, but also we've got a lot of footage sent to me by the body shops, mechanic shops and various other places that we need to kind of put all together. So anyway, let's come and check it out and I'll show you where we are. The next video that we're going to do is going to have a lot more engine building action in, but this is still good, so let's go and check it out.
So here we are back at TDI. We've got Dennis's Mondeo race car off to the left here, as well as a few other cool cars, a Supra, an R33 Skyline, and a Mustang. Cool. So what we're going to look at first is the parts that have showed up. There's not as many as before, and then we're going to come on to some cool footage of engine balancing and such. Now, one of the first things I wanted to buy is a fire suppression system. Now, the reason I wanted to buy this is the car's mid-engine. In addition to that, the turbo is facing directly behind towards the cockpit, which means that it's really easy for temperatures to build up quickly. And these cars do, on occasion, catch on fire, so I wanted a facility or solution for that. Now, I've gone for a gas suppression system, and there's a number of reasons. Number one, it tends to be about 5 to 7.5 kilos lighter than a liquid or foam one. And this is a relatively rudimental system. It effectively has a pull cable, nozzles that you can mount in the engine bay as well as in the cockpit, and then a cylinder. The other reason that, other than weight, that you would choose gas is if you activate it, there is no residual mess, which means that, if the worst comes to the worst, we're not going to be cleaning a lot. So look, it's a simple and safe precaution. We're probably going to install the cylinder at the bottom of the passenger footwell, and we should just about have space. Now, as we're adding weight, we should try and save weight. So this is a Deadweight Industries lithium battery. I've been looking at one of these for a while. They're fairly pricey. However, they work the same as any normal battery, so they can be jump started and charged normally. Your normal lead acid battery in the VX220 weighs around 15 to 17.5 kilograms. This weighs about 3.5 kilograms. It's slightly in the wrong space. We prefer to save it in the back, but we'll take it. And finally, the other thing we bought was a new charge cooler pump. The one we had in there before was tiny, literally less than a quarter of this size. So we're hoping by installing this, we're going to be able to aid in that temperature some more. Again, the Deadweight Industries battery. These are about £500, like I say. Not the cheapest thing in the world, but pound for pound, a great weight save. And this is the full kit, including 2 pull handles. You can see the jets there, the blue and yellow jets. So the kits are relatively straightforward. Again, these are about £500, but I think worth it. I like an insurance policy. Cool, let's go and look on into some engine stuff. So one of the things we wanted to do was to basically get ahead and cut it in half. And the reason we wanted to do this is to see how far we could go on the porting. Now, because this is a turbo car, it's the exhaust ports that we really want to optimize. But some of the inlet ports here are pretty small, and you can see that that port has already been ported. Now, these are photos for those that are interested. You can see that's the inlet port, quite rough. You can see the length to the oil and liquid galleries here. That's the exhaust. Still plenty to go. And here's Dennis working on widening them. Now we come on to trying to balance the rotating assembly. So we start with the crank, and effectively what the guys are doing here are looking to see how in balance the crankshaft is. Now we've got our new billet trigger wheel on the far left-hand side as well. And they're trying to get it level so that they can stick it on this machine here, which will tell them when they spin it up how out of balance it is and where the imbalance might occur. So this is about 500 RPM at this point. This test runs for a number of minutes, and we're about to see the results. So what this will show is where there's an imbalance and where it is. Now here is us trying to balance the entire assembly, including the flywheel and the clutch. This is where we started to run into problems. 50 grams at 500 RPM is more than 10 kilos of disbalance at much higher RPMs, so at about 7,000 plus. Here we see the guys, and what they're doing here is they're just trying to reduce imbalance. The other thing we had done is Zyrtec coating put on the hot side aspects. Now Zyrtec's great because it doesn't catch on fire, but we're actually going to wrap these and put metal sheathings on the outside. Small touch, we had all the bolts professionally cleaned whilst there, so we didn't have to buy new ones. Onto the headwork, you see the wedged head getting skimmed here. So this is after we have actually honed the thing out. Here we can see the start of the honing process. This is before the skimming. And here they are just finishing off that process. Amazing amount of machinery involved in this. And all CNC controlled. So we're going to just come back to this shot because this is our greatest challenge. If you look on the laptop, you can see that things are relatively well balanced before we spun up the UniClutch, and now it leads into this. We think it's because there's not enough tolerance on some of the bolt holes, which means they've got to be doweled, and we've got to make up a jig to get that sorted. So this is our biggest challenge in question mark right now. Now the last thing we wanted to do was to make a new rocker cover. So we had one customer make some 3D badges of the turbo, and then crinkle paint it black, but keep the top of the 3D printed badge as silver. I think this came out really well and will look really nice and subtle in the engine bay.
Well guys, I hope that was a quick, good video and summarising where we are. This UniClutch thing, let's see if we can kind of make it work. I'm really hoping we're going to get there, but it's certainly more work than we were expecting. I think part of this might be that when people install these clutches, they mainly just pull the gearbox off, pull the existing clutch off and bolt into the flywheel. So maybe this is kind of normal and we just don't see it, but we're going to try and get it a little bit better. So tune in next time. Then we're going to be doing more head porting. As you saw, we cut that head in half, so we're going to have more detail on that. We're also going to start rebuilding and refitting the engine. We've also got those additional parts that are coming back from that exhaust wrapping treatment that will be really great to see. And then we're going to start finally bolting this thing up because we're slightly running out of time before we need to go to Spa in Belgium at the end of June. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in, take care of yourself and see you soon. Cheers.